What teacher insulted you in your own language? My gym teacher thought he was being clever, trash-talking me in Portuguese during dodgeball. I'm half Brazilian, but I look completely white like my dad's side. Blonde hair, blue eyes, the whole package. Coach Martinez took one look at me and assumed I was just another privileged kid whose parents bought their way into the private school. During PE, whenever I'd miss a shot or fumble during drills, he'd lean over to his assistant coach and mutter in Portuguese, "Este menino é mais mole que manteiga." This kid's softer than butter. Or, "Esses garotos ricos não têm luta nenhuma." These rich boys have no fight in them. The thing is, my mom's from São Paulo. Every summer since I was 5, I'd spend 3 months with my cousins in Brazil, playing street soccer from dawn until the streetlights came on. My Portuguese is flawless, and I knew exactly what he was saying about me. But at school, I was the quiet honors student who wore glasses and got straight A's. I read books during lunch instead of playing sports with the other guys. Coach Martinez had me completely pegged as a weak, rich kid who'd never faced any real challenges. For 2 months, I listened to him insult me in Portuguese. He called me soft, weak, pathetic. He told his assistant I probably went home and cried to my nanny when things got tough. He even joked that my parents probably paid extra to keep me out of contact sports because I was too fragile. During one particularly brutal dodgeball game, I got nailed in the face by Tommy Rodriguez, the star quarterback. My glasses went flying, and I stumbled backward into the wall. Instead of checking if I was okay, Coach Martinez turned to his assistant and laughed, saying in Portuguese, "Viu? Eu falei que ele não aguenta nada. Esse tipo de garoto não deveria nem estar aqui. See? I told you he can't handle anything. This type of kid shouldn't even be here." The breaking point came during basketball unit. I kept missing free throws, and Coach Martinez was getting visibly frustrated. After my 4th miss in a row, he threw his hands up in exasperation and turned to his assistant. In Portuguese, he said, "Olá, esse fracote. Provavelmente vai pra casa chorar pra mamãe. Esses meninos mimados nunca aprendem. Look at this weakling. He probably goes home and cries to mommy. These spoiled boys never learn." That's when something inside me snapped. I grabbed the ball, walked to the free throw line, and looked Coach Martinez dead in the eyes. In perfect Portuguese, I said, "Na verdade, treinador, eu vou pra casa e treino até os meus arremessos ficarem melhores que os seus jamais foram. E sobre chorar pra mamãe, minha mãe trabalhou 3 empregos pra me dar essa oportunidade. Actually, coach, I go home and practice until my shots are better than yours ever were. And about crying to mommy, my mom worked 3 jobs to give me this opportunity." The entire gym went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. His assistant coach's jaw literally fell open. The other students stopped their drills and stared. Some kid whispered, "Holy crap, did he just speak Portuguese?" Then I proceeded to sink 5 perfect free throws in a row. Swish, 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 swish. Coach Martinez's face went from confusion to embarrassment to something like respect. He realized he'd been insulting a kid who understood every single word for months, and that kid had just made him look foolish in front of the entire class. After PE, he pulled me aside in his office. His hands were shaking slightly as he poured himself coffee. In English this time, he said, "Son, I owe you a huge apology. I was trying to motivate you, but I went about it completely wrong. I told him I understood every insult he'd made about me over the past 2 months, about being soft, weak, privileged, about crying to mommy, about not belonging at the school." His face went red with shame, and he actually sat down heavily in his chair. Turns out Coach Martinez grew up dirt poor in Mexico, and had always resented wealthy students. He assumed I was just another spoiled kid coasting through life on my parents' money. He didn't know my mom immigrated from Brazil with nothing, worked 3 jobs to put herself through nursing school, or that my dad started his business in our garage with borrowed tools. The next day, he announced to the class that I'd be helping him demonstrate proper free throw technique. From that point on, our relationship completely changed. He started pushing me harder, but in a good way. He saw that I could handle real challenges. By the end of the semester, I was starting on the JV basketball team. Coach Martinez even wrote me a recommendation letter for my college applications, calling me one of the most resilient students he'd ever taught.